The market looks like it's heating up for the next big leg up. And today I want to give you guys 15 coins in three different niches that I think are the biggest niches and the best portfolio within each of these niches. So let's take a look at that because, yeah, the time to prepare, it's really like people are going to be sidelined. That's what it is. There are always people that saying like, yeah, the market can go lower. And of course it can go lower. But overall, I think that the lows are pretty much in for this range. And it's Bitcoin is close to breaking out of this range. And once it does, it's going to make new all-time highs. And historically, that's the moment where it sets off alt season. And many people stop believing. Many people now say like, hey, alt season is not going to happen. It's only for Bitcoin and maybe only meme coins are running. And usually like an alt season, that's not happening again. And that's the catalyst for alt season, actually, because if we look at previous alt seasons where the Bitcoin dominance went down, here were the moments where people said the exact same thing. And believe me, guys, or you don't have to believe me, I don't know it, but the looks that this time is different are not so likely, and it's getting less and less likely. So, yeah, welcome to the Fomo Factory. Smack the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn the bell notification on. An honest question, I noticed that the tier list videos so far are doing pretty great. Let me know in the comments, should we do more of those? Or is it a bit too much then? But let's get into the list because I made a list with 5 projects in the best niches. And in my opinion, the niches for the next leg in this bull run or the actual altcoin bull run are going to be gaming, AI, and launchpads. And of course, memes are still a thing, but I think that if you look inside utility, that these are the best niches in crypto. And I really hope sincerely that you do not think that this time is different. Like, it's going to be a meme-only cycle or alt season will never come. Bitcoin is already topped out. Like, if you believe these kind of things, it's fine. All I can say is in the last 15 years, everybody who thought those things got wrecked. And believe me, back then they had better reasons to believe that than we have right now. Okay, so don't try to outsmart the market. Sorry, you're not that smart. Okay, neither am I. But all I know is that I've been doing this now for 11 years and I know what got me wrecked and I know what made me money. And all I can tell you is I started making money as soon as I stopped believing that this time was different and not try to, ride the hype that was currently going on or whatsoever, and really stick to your beliefs in the hard times. Just like now, when everybody is waiting for altcoin season, the Bitcoin dominance made a new high. People still they now especially think that, alt season is not going to happen. It's only about Bitcoin and a couple of other altcoins. But of course, eventually the money will shift. And this is super important because I can straight away give you this list. And I already know that there will be some comments like, oh, you're rattling too much at the beginning. This is not important, right? Giving great altcoins in a bull market, like every idiot can do that. We have enough of these YouTubers that only do that. And they look fantastic. But if you don't know what to buy, when to buy, then it's a lot harder. And if you don't have the beliefs that what you're buying is actually going to make you some money over the longer term. And I honestly believe that within now and a year, we're going to do fantastic. We're really going to do fantastic, right? And this is really something that you should consider. If you look at the last alt season, when did it start? Alt season started here, right, where the dominance went down. This is basically when Bitcoin broke to that 20K range. And only then alt season started. So when Bitcoin made new all-time highs, right? Alt season here started at this point here when Bitcoin broke to $1,200, right? If we go to Bitcoin and we look at this cycle here, that was the all-time high actually, right? First, everybody in Bitcoin needs to be in a profit and then feel like, okay, let's put it in altcoins right now. Let's really shovel that money. And that's what we need to see right now, right? And I can, I can pretty much guarantee you that that will happen, right? There is too much adoption, and Bitcoin is following the previous cycles too much, right? This is where we are compared to the previous two cycles. Like, this time is not different. It's not only not different, it is fucking exactly the same, right? That makes it so nice because it is actually pretty predictable, but most people are not playing that, so they still don't make money off of something that's actually pretty easy, right? It's actually pretty easy. So let's get into the list. Now, why do I think these three will be the biggest winners? Gaming is very simple. It's the biggest utility and use case crypto has. It's actually the only real use case that crypto has. The people using that utility are already there. There are millions of gamers out there. There are millions of people using crypto. The combination is meant to be. This is too easy. Crypto gaming is like really the cheat code in crypto. It's easy. AI, it's still speculative. But if you look how AI coins performed at the end of last year, beginning this year, when everything was running, AI were the outperformers, actually. And there are some good projects being built with AI. And AI is still running, so can't ignore that. And then we have Launchpads. Launchpads is in a market where everybody makes money. People want to speculate on new coins. Right now, we are not in that market yet. We showed Bitcoin, yeah, it's sitting close to all-time highs. But if you look at the altcoin market, it still has a long way to go to the all-time highs. Still more than a 2x, right? So Bitcoin is already there. Altcoins still have 2x to go. People are not making money with altcoins, really, right? Not at least with buying altcoins low, holding them long enough. The altcoin lag, the real altcoin run, has yet to happen. Once that happens, people have money and they want to put it into new projects. And that's why these launchpads come into play, because that's what you need to get access to these new launches, right? And peak bull, you have projects releasing doing 100 up to 600x on TGE, right? And I don't think that this time is going to be different, actually. Therefore, launchpads. Also, what we have seen in the last leg up for the altcoin market, launchpads were the big outperformers. So in every niche, I want to give 5 altcoins, not necessarily the 5 best or the 5 safest altcoins, but if I have to pick a portfolio, a gaming portfolio with 5 coins, an AI portfolio with 5 coins, right? This would be it. So some would be a little high cap and safe, some will be a little low cap and with potential lot of rewards. So let's get into that. Please, again, if you didn't like the video yet, do it. It would help me push it into the YouTube's algorithm. I hope this is valuable for people. The first gaming project that I would put in my portfolio is Super. And you can say whatever you want about Super, like, yeah, it already ran very hard. But it's also for a reason, where the whole market is basically not doing shit. And for altcoins mostly going down over the last 7 months, Super is pretty much sitting at that March top. Right, so where everything showed weakness, Super shows the opposite. Yeah, and that tells me that in a full bull, Super can do fantastic. And yeah, did you miss the golden entry on 7 cents? If you don't hold it yet, then yeah, you missed the perfect entry. But it doesn't mean you cannot make money from it. $600 million market cap. What they try to do is they partner up with all the games and all the best games out there, like Off the Grid, you name them. By the way, all of them. And they will integrate the Super token in that game. That's as far as I understand it. And if that really works, then 600 million is nothing, actually. We had Illuvium, Axie, whatever, just single games sitting way higher than this, right? What if Super comes into all of these games? Then Super is one of the safer plays with actual good returns. So that would be my first pick. The next one would be Wild World. Now, this is already a lot more low cap. I think that Wild World is low cap compared to how it looks. Wild World is one of the better looking crypto games. I mean, for good reason, everybody is excited about Off the Grid, don't get me wrong. But I by far don't see the same hype for Wild World, while the quality difference between Off the Grid and Wild World is not even that big. I think Wild World is a sleeping giant, in my opinion. And if they do the marketing right, if they have all the games right, the racing game, the shooter game, if they have the hype right, if they wait for the right timing for the right launches, because for now, yeah, it's KuCoin is the biggest exchange actually, and that's kind of it. If there's a lot that can come for super, and if you look at the market cap, token inflation is not really a problem anymore, right? 80 million out of the 120 million is now on the market. It had a run up in the last leg of this market to over $300 million. It's now 80. Hey, in my opinion, it's very simple. Every good quality project that survived in the last year can easily go at least where it was here. Why? It's the same market. It's now the exact same market. It's the same cycle. It's the same money. It's all the same, right? It's not comparable to this anymore, but it is to this. And 300 million, I feel like, okay, if we already saw that without an alt season will come, then at least that's doable. And I say at least. But 10x from here, yeah, let me give some price predictions on these things, by the way. 700 million, 800 million for Wild World. I think that this is $1 billion project, for sure. So that would definitely be in my portfolio, for sure. The next one, Ronin. Now, Ronin is the exclusive layer one for crypto gaming. You cannot, you can build on Solana. You can build on Binance Smart, on all of them. You cannot just build on Ronin, right? It's like the exclusive boy club for gamers and or for builders. And I don't know, man. It had pixels, it had Axie, it has the hit games. And I think that Ronin, therefore, it shows also in price. Like, man, this was one of the fewer projects that in November 2022, when Bitcoin bottomed, this one actually also bottomed. What you notice is that Bitcoin bottomed and a lot of altcoins, they bottomed later or are still bottoming. Ronin put in a clear bottom of 30 million and it ran all the way up to 1.3 billion or something like that. It had a fantastic run. And again, you might feel like, okay, I missed out on this one. You could also be like, okay, but it's now back at 500 million. This showed that it had strength when almost nothing had. So there is something to this. And therefore, I think Ronin is super important for my portfolio. And look, if you are a full degen and want to take 100x bets, I'm not saying that Ronin can't theoretically, but then this should not be on top of your list, I think. But if you are building a portfolio where you also have coins that are pretty safe and still have enough upside, I don't know, man. Ronin is together with the AVAX, the Beam, it's on top of my list. And then we have for the gaming portfolio, Polis. Now this is also a single game, so we gave Super a high cap, we gave Ronin a high cap. We had Wild World, a low cap, lower cap, and then we have Polis, which is definitely a low cap, 38 million. Also, quality, quite comparable, maybe slightly less, but I don't know, to Wild World. And with a $40 million market cap, I feel that this is a steal, actually. This game looks really good compared to the market cap that they have. And if you look at last cycle, it went over $300 million market cap. That's an 8x from here or so. And I honestly look at it like, okay, that was actual market cap, right? Not price. I mean, more token circulation right now, $14 is 100x from here. So that's, of course, different. But a lot of that's so beautiful about this. People always say you should not look at all the coins. Well, if these older coins have projects actually that develop and the technology keeps up, then it's only good, because an older coin also means less inflation. And that's a problem with these new coins. And, you know, Polis doesn't have that problem anymore. So if I look at this, I just feel like, man, Star Atlas is way better here 3 years later than what it was over here. Here it already reached 300 million. What could it do this time? I think that this is a no-brainer actually, and therefore it should be in the portfolio. It looks fantastic. And then the last one in the list, and this is gonna be fun. This is Elu. So what I did with this portfolio, of course, I like, there are hundreds of gaming projects, and you probably be like, why not this one? Because I chose five, and there's no more room. What I did, I chose two high caps, two low caps, and a micro cap just to put some risk in this portfolio. So Elu, I covered it in the last video where I gave a 50 gaming tokens tier list. And Illumia, it just Legends of Lumia. It just for the market cap that they have, this looks really good. If you look at the actual game, at the gameplay, it looks really fun. It looks accessible. It looks fantastic to play. It looks fun to play. It's kind of World of Warcraft kind of style. And I think that that's like really important to have in crypto as well, except for all these AAA shooters. And then you look at the market cap, and it's like $2.3 million. Like, yeah, this could go to zero, of course, but this could also be that easy 100x. Like a game that looks like this with a $200 million market cap is not unheard of. In fact, that's still quite low. So this is really a moonshot, but again, it's a dangerous one. I have it in my portfolio, but it's lower in my list, as in I have less allocation because it's just a higher risk coin. But I think that this is a really good play, and it's on the Solana chain. It's easy to get if you have Radium or whatever on your Phantom wallet. So that would be it for my crypto gaming list, actually. Then we have AI projects. Now, if I would build a 5-coin AI portfolio, first thing I would put in is OXO. Now, OXO is slightly higher cap. If you look at the market cap for OXO, it's currently $112 million. And OXO is, if you use the platform, you can send coins without people seeing where it came from. And I think that the privacy is super important, and that's what they're building on top of AI. And I think that this is actually a sleeping giant. It's already quite giant if you look how it did compared to the rest of the market, because in all 2023, where the market was kind of meh, OXO was up only, and when it already ran like I don't know how many X's, then it had its like parabolic lag. Now it's cooling off pretty nicely, and I think that that's a really good place to be. If you look at it chart-wise, if you look at it like this, I tweeted here like, interesting level, right? And yeah, if you now look how it did since then, it did a 2.5x, and now it came down pretty nicely to these levels. Yeah, in my opinion, that's a buy. That's a buy right now. So that's definitely in my portfolio. Next one is Render. Render, I purely bought this coin because of strength. Not because what they do, but in this case, I purely looked at the price behavior and I felt like this is something you need in your portfolio. Same as OXO, basically. It outperformed the market really hard. Right, Render was super strong. The lows was like 40 cents or so, and it ran all the way up to more than $12. It's now $5. Yeah, it's still, of course, far where it came from. But this is important, right? You want to have coins that, look, this complete market so far, altcoins haven't been performing well. If you look at all altcoins combined, this is the chart. So also the outperformers, right? And this is it against its Bitcoin, on its Bitcoin pair. So you can basically see that if you would have never bought any altcoin this cycle, but you only bought Bitcoin, you can now buy the lows, right? So that's what we spoke about more. Altcoins weren't worth it. Yeah, you have the exceptions, but there are also exceptions included in this chart. Now, if you look how altcoins behaved against Bitcoin, you can just see that it's super weak. Right? And then you look at the Render against Bitcoin, and I'll be like, okay, Render outperformed Bitcoin like big time. You can draw like almost a perfect, well, not perfect, but you can draw a pretty decent line like this. You can just see that it's a clear uptrend. And it's now sitting at the bottom of an uptrend. That's usually the best place ever to buy something, right? Risk reward wise, right? Of course, the best place to buy it was here, but here you didn't know it was an uptrend, so it was a gamble. Now it's not that much of a gamble anymore. So render is just something that outperformed the market, right? Bitcoin outperformed altcoins, but render outperformed Bitcoin. So yeah, no brainer. As well, I think that although it has a $2 billion market cap, you can make some good steady gains with this one for sure. Next one is Conduct. Conduct, if you combine NFTs and AI a bit, and then Conduct is kind of what you get. Web3 Design Lab, 3D Asset Security, OpenUSD plus blockchain. It's a really interesting project, and also when it comes to Conduct, the price, that's kind of what drives me most with AI coins, because utility-wise, I still think that AI has a long way to go, but price-wise, it just front runs. Especially the good projects, and that's what you can see with Condex as well. It it went completely parabolic, man. It went all the way to over 15 cents, and it's now back at 2.5. Yeah, again, during a non-alt season, right? Again, alt season is what altcoins outperform Bitcoin. We didn't have that yet, right? You could say this was a mini alt season here, but we haven't seen an alt season like this or an alt season like this. We're still in that downtrend. We're still like this. This is where we are, right? You could say this was alt season. So like, but during a non-alt season, this is what happened. So yeah, I must say that I don't know. I'm very curious to see what it's gonna do during an alt season, and I want to have some money there when it happens. Actually, like it's that simple, right? And it's not that every coin on this list is gonna win. Well, maybe they are though, but it's not likely. But I think that this is a very, very, very nice portfolio to have, considering the strength of these coins. Next one is Skillful AI. Sorry, I had to think for a second. This is a newer project, so there's a problem to this. And that's the vesting. I was an early investor through Seedify, and I still get it vested. And that's, brings some dilution on the market. If you go to CryptoRank, you can see it pretty clear. So I don't want to be the moon boy that says, oh, $4 million market cap, it's low, so it's a good buy. It has 10x dilution, okay? So that's like usually a problem. And you can check the vesting right here. So what you'll notice that marketing is currently getting their tokens, KOLs, community round, IDO, promo, NDA, I don't know what that is actually, by the way. Angel investors are getting them, right? And the strategic is about to get them. Advice are about to get them. Seed about to get them. Ecosystem about to get them. Private treasury team. Like, there's a lot of dumping for this project. Then again, in a full alt-season bull market, if you have the right coin, bull market wins from vesting. So, given the fact that it's 4 out of 40 and not 40 out of 400, for example, I feel like even with that, there's a lot of room to grow. Because if you look when all the vesting is done, yeah, that's actually in 2029 or so, right? And a lot of it also in 2028. But this is where our bull market should end, right? End of 2025, right? So by then, it's not that all the tokens hit the market. So by that time, if nothing changes in price, it should have a market cap of like 20 million. Yeah, that's still super low, 20 million actually, right? And I would say like look at the market, look at the project. I think I made a full video about it, so do check that out. But it's really, I don't know, it looks like a little bit the center of AI, and I don't know, it looks fantastic actually. Price, yeah, for now, if you look at the price, I can pop it up real quick. I don't want to make this video longer than it needs to be, but this is not that unimportant, I guess. This is the price right now. You can see the 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 the, the outcome, what you get of vesting combined with a bear market, a mini bear market for altcoins. Then this is how price chart looks like. So yes, you want to be very careful. But this is a type of coin that you want to keep your eyes on and time it a little bit more than the rest. Like the coins that I gave so far, you can just DCA in my opinion. This is more a coin that you should look at, and once the market has enough confirmation that it's really turning around, then this is one you want to get. Because in the meantime, it can still go down hard. So don't don't buy it now and then I don't know, complain that it went down, because yeah, that's what it does so far. Next one, last one in the AI sector, DexCheck. Now, DexCheck is a little bit of a mixture between Launchpad and AI. What they are actually doing is they are kind of like Dex tools. Everybody uses Dex tools, but AI integrated. You can do a little bit more on their platform, and I have no wallet connected so far. I don't think I have all access, but you can follow wallets. You can see token unlocks. You can see new projects coming up. Yeah, they have a Launchpad. They have wallet analyzers. They have a lot. They have like really good insights to the market. And the DexCheck token, DCK, the DEC token, is kind of what you need to unlock this. Plus for the Launchpad, the thing is, they really have to create demand for this platform. The platform is already cool, but people still use other platforms. They have to do something in their marketing or development so that people want to use this. And then the token is going to be popular as hell. That demand isn't there yet. That's one, a bad thing, because hey, there's no demand. It's also a good thing because the token is not up yet that hard. So yeah, these are gambles that you can take, right? Like, okay, I gamble that there will be demand, so I can buy a cheap token. And if there will be, you are the big winner. If there won't be, then you just hope that it rides up with the rest of the bull market for no reason at all, because that happens. So far, all-time high was sitting at 56 million. It's now 9, let's say 10, so it has a 6x to go, almost. That's at least doable. And give it a price chart right now. Yeah, not bad of a buy, actually. Then we have Launchpads. So all in all, I would say, if I would make a 15 token portfolio, this would be my portfolio. Kind of. In Launchpads, and again, you don't have to buy these Launchpad tokens to participate in the launches. You can also buy it because you know that other people will buy a lot of these fucking tokens once the market turns around, and you can just dump on them, right? But it's a cool benefit that you can also participate in new projects this way. So the first one is Seedify. I mean, how can I not talk about Seedify? Seedify is the blue chip Launchpad. Every category has memes, Doge, right? Launchpads, Seedify. Layer ones, Ethereum. Everyone has their kind of king or blue chip or front runner, whatever. That's Seedify. Seedify, $84 million market cap. Look, price $16. Will it go back there? Well, based on all of this, no, because more tokens are circulation right now. If I click market cap and the chart changes too much, then you see the results of token inflation. However, that's now pretty much out of the way. And they went to 350 not too long ago. That's what I said. Launchpads were the big outperformer. Seedify was one of the fewer projects that actually made a actual new all-time high so far already. Here, it was a full-blown alt-season Bitcoin making new all-time highs. This was Bitcoin barely made new all-time highs, and it, for fuck's sake, wasn't an alt-season. So I feel like if it can already do that, then give us alt-season. This is going to be fun. right? And therefore you can see CeDeFi is a big outperformer. So 350 million, it's now sitting at 80. We at least have a 4x to go when it comes to that. Pretty safe play compared to a lot of other launchpads. Can't hurt to have some CeDeFi in your portfolio. Matter of fact, it's my biggest holding. Next launchpad would be ChainGPT. Now, also mixture between AI and launchpad. So yeah, where to place what doesn't really matter. But ChainGPT came out, released by CeDeFi, for example, Engine Starter, etc. And this was one of the winning IDOs actually that we were in. I think I made like a 40x on ChainGPT or something like that. It was absolutely crazy. And it still goes. I mean, yeah, it went all the way to $200 million market cap. Now it went back down to 50. It's now at the middle at 100. Yeah, it has it, man. They do it well from the start. Everything, marketing, launchpad, how they launch projects, how the UI works. They do everything well from the beginning, and that results that you have a loyal and strong community that makes your price chart looks like this actually, and this is great. So I think ChainGPT could be a big winner actually in the next bull, and every dip on ChainGPT back to this level maybe is a blessing in my opinion. Yeah, what else can I say? It's great. Next one would be SpartanX. Now, I covered SpartanX already also in the latest video, and I want to clear one mistake that I said, by the way, because I said SpartanX made a mistake by moving to Linear. They were better on Arbitrum. They are also on Arbitrum, but CoinGecko doesn't show it, and I had my information wrong, so that was my bad. But if you look right here, you can also see that it's an Arbitrum still with 150k liquidity, so there are still decent liquidity to buy this project as well. It's a gamified DEX in first instance, like DeFi Kingdoms was, and they came up with a launchpad. They had a great start. They released a lot of interesting projects, and they are also quite original in the way in how their launchpad works. So SpartanX is a little harder to dive into instead of just buy tokens, stake it, participate. But it's definitely not rocket science. And like I said, it's more original. It's at such a low market cap. They just had a major burn, millions of dollars burn. That shows the dedication from the team. I'm a big believer in SpartanX from day one. We talked about it pretty early, actually. Then it came out. It did fantastic. And then it got completely wrecked. But all in all, I'm still talking about it. I'm just as positive over here as I was over here. And I think that $4 million or $4 million, yeah, it's a steal. It's a steal. Team is smart. They are accessible. They listen also to their community. It's, I think, super important. It's not that the team is unreachable and that they know it all. This is really good. It's really good, actually. You can buy it also on Bybit. So yeah, it is a micro cap one. But if you consider that CeDeFi went to 350 million, so let's round it up. It's 100x for SpartanX. SpartanX is not CeDeFi, but it's the same niche. It's the same market. I don't know. It could be a big one, man. It could be a really big one, actually. So SpartanX is in my list, and although it's high risk, it's high in my list. So it's a good one. And then we have second last, Gains. I talked about Gains before, and Gains is actually, I want to take sorry, this is the wrong one. It's Gains Associates. I want to take those words that I had about SpartanX and also put them on Gains. When it comes to team, accessibility, how open they are to their community. Gains was originally a platform where you can invest in private sales. So, for example, they did Blocktopia in a private sale last cycle, 1000x. They did Avalanche private sale, 500x something. So they had some winners, man. And by staking Gains tokens, you could have access to these projects. And Now they are also a public launchpad. So what that means is actually lower entry for you to participate, refund policy, everything like a normal launchpad actually. Um, the UI is great. If you log in right here, you have a very beautiful overview of what you invested in. Like it's super clear. Uh, they are. It has a great overview. Also, when it comes to their different Telegram channels or the tier that you have, Gains is really. I love it. It's really great. It's really great. And yeah, if you look at market cap, 3 million. It went to 40. That is still way too low. It should be way higher than that. Yeah, also a micro cap, but I don't know. This should, if you are into launchpads, Gains should be a no-brainer. Okay, and then we have the last one, and I although I'm not completely satisfied with everything that they do, I have to put in Engine Starter. Engine Starter is also a launchpad from the past cycle, and you see what the potential is for Engine Starter. I don't know what the exact all-time high market cap is, but it was higher than this 50 million, but it's now at 6. 6, right? They already went there basically in this cycle as well. So they came down really hard, and that's mostly lately they don't really release projects anymore. But that's also because the market is showing like, hey guys, it's not time, right? It's not time. And that makes a price low, right? That gives it a discount. And therefore, I think that Engine Starter, like a lot of people now say, they don't release anymore. They have bad ROI. Blah, blah, blah. Great, drive the price down. That gives us a great buying opportunity. Actually, that's how I think about these kind of things, right? Still gamble. But if everything is so certain and so great and so fantastic, then the price will be higher. Then you will never have a great entry as well. Buy the fear, right? Buy the fear. I think that this is a fantastic buy. Like I said, I'm not completely satisfied about everything. The fact that they offer you to stake your tokens for 999 days, I think who in his right mind is going to lock their tokens fully through the bear market? It's not, but you don't have to choose that. You can choose other options. But what I love so much about Gains, great overview, you log in, you see what you invested in. Engine Starter doesn't have that. And they said like years ago, I asked it, and they said like, yeah, we're building it, but I never see it. And I feel like, yeah, that would be quite great if they can actually do that. It's user friendly, right? And that's what we need. Other than that, it's a steal. No big exchange listings yet as well. So a lot of potential when it comes to that. And I think it's a little high risk, high reward, but I especially see the high reward in Engine Starter. Some of the team members, they went to Chain GPT. It's not that Engine Starter, they're on good foot. And it's not that Engine Starter is now slowly dying or whatever. Definitely not. If you look at them at CryptoRank, you can see that their last IDO was a month ago or so. So not that long ago. But as you can see, June, May, right? But the ROI, 0.2. Anything below 1 is a loss, right? So you can see that they didn't release anything. And the things that they release are all complete failures, right? So, yeah, it's not looking good. But that's again, exactly the reason why the price is so low. And in a bull market, the returns will be better. So if you ever want to buy it, this is by far the best time ever. That's how I look at it. So that would be my list, actually. This would be the list that I feel like, okay, if I have to put a portfolio together with 15 coins, I'm going to take my 3 biggest conviction niches, gaming, AI, and launchpads. And I'm going to take some high caps, some low caps, some micro caps from all of them, put them in one portfolio, and make a watch list and put them all in. Just put in $1 at all of them or whatever. So you can fictionally follow how they will do in the bull. I think that in a year from now, you will look at that portfolio and be like, ooh, shit, that went pretty well. And they're all in my portfolio. I love all these projects. Shout out to all these projects. That's it. So appreciate if you want to like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn the bell notification on. I'll be back soon. I'm still a bit sick, so I slow down with the videos a little bit more, but I want to give you some more, valuable content than just every day saying that the market is down. That we all know that. So thanks for watching again. See you soon.